Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're reacting to more music. So we are going to be reacting to the main theme of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is a game that as of time of recording came out about a week ago. So this is all a new game that I've yet to play, because I have to wait to get it, because I'm getting it for my birthday, basically. So I have to wait a couple of weeks. But I haven't played this yet. I haven't really watched many of the trailers or the Nintendo Directs or anything like that, because I didn't really want to know anything. Breath of the Wild is obviously a phenomenal game. I'm expecting this, well, from what I've seen of the reviews, I'm expecting this to be very similar, or if not beyond what Breath of the Wild did. But I haven't heard this, so this is going to be a blind reaction. So what we do is we'll listen to this all the way through, and then we'll go back afterwards and we'll talk about it. But before we do that, please like this video if you enjoy it, and please do subscribe as well, so you can be updated every single time I make a video. And also please do leave a comment, because it also helps me out a ton, but it also means that you can put your suggestions down if you want to watch or react to more. If you want to look at more Zelda OSTs, or if you want to look at other stuff, other Nintendo stuff, or even anything, really, put those suggestions in the comments below, and I'll make sure they get added to the list, and we make sure that we do them. But, having said all of that, so let's get into the reaction then of main theme, the full version, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, original soundtrack, in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Wow. Alright. Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Ooh. There's a bit more left. Wow, that's so that's really interesting. Why did they end it with that? I mean, I'm sure many of you know what that last little motif was, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. It's interesting to me how, like, just the main theme of a game can completely encapsulate what Zelda is as a series and what Link is as a character. Zelda, The Legend of Zelda is the hero's story. It's the hero's journey. That's what Link is. And that if I was to describe that song in one word, it'd be heroic. And there's many reasons for that, and we'll get into the reasons as to why. But I mean, Nintendo very well. I don't think Nintendo have ever, particularly with the Zelda franchise, have ever let down in terms of original soundtrack. So, and it really does encapsulate, you know, the themes of the game with all the some really nice choices, which we'll go into in a second. Yes. Okay. Which we'll go into. We'll go back and we'll go into it right now. So, I'm not sure if this was the main theme under a trailer or something, but this is really interesting sound. So it's almost like you're watching an or listening to an a cappella group. And as you know, if you played Breath of the Wild, there's lots of things that are almost kind of like mechanical that you can take control of with the various abilities. And it kind of sounds like similar sounds to that. That's kind of what I'm getting. So it almost feels like this. I don't know. There's things that are waking up, if you know what I mean. I'll go back to here. So, and then you get that hit, and it sounds really mysterious. It's like it speeds up a little bit, and the sounds, I can't tell exactly what note it's going to, but it sounds like it's kind of gone more into a minor, and it sounds a bit ominous now. It's like there's an issue with something. There's an issue with the nature of what's going on. That's kind of what I'm getting. And if you ever like want to know if a song is trying to make you feel tension, if there is consistent strings just hovering underneath all the way through it, that's kind of trying to just keep your focus in, keep your attention on what's going on. It's really interesting because it almost sounds like, aside from like maybe the horns that are just coming now, that all the sounds that we're hearing so far are sounds that could come from the world within, you know, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. They're all like sounds within the game almost that have kind of almost sound like they've been remixed into this intro. It's really interesting, really interesting. Yeah, but so obviously to cut that moment off at the start, and now we're moving on to kind of like a more traditional Zelda bit, which obviously we'll listen to in a second. You have those stabs, and then you've got that kind of like the something shut down, kind of the pulls us down into it, grounds us, but also it's like something has switched off, you know. It's kind of that sort of impression, and that kind of gives us a nice cut-off point to then move straight into a more orchestral and traditional Zelda theme. And you get those like little with the wind instruments, very light. It's almost like, for me, it's like it's in that kind of instrument gives it a feel of innocence, which I think Link does have, because Link is kind of like this completely pure character. I mean, it's Zelda as well, as I suppose, is this character of complete purity and courage and justice. which that kind of gives. But it's also, you know, like nature and small animals, birds and things like that. You could attribute it to. Let's go back a bit. All right, okay. What I do want to talk about as well is the choices of instrument. Obviously, heard a string instrument, and the string instrument, I don't know if I'm getting it correct, unless it's something else. And if it's something else, I do apologize. But it's like a Chinese string instrument called the erhu. It's got like 2 strings. It's of a very traditional sound of the Far East. Like you've heard that instrument before, definitely. And what does it give the feel of? Because I think we need to bear in mind, and I only just thought of this right now, is obviously the game is a Japanese game, it's made by Nintendo. So when we as Western as I as a Westerner, and according to my YouTube analytics, the vast majority of people are Westerners who watch this. When we think of like ancient eras, like what instruments do we think of? Maybe like battle drums, horns, definitely, violins, fiddles, things like that. That's kind of the or a lute or something. So if you're like a Western European, like me, or you know, an American, North American, something, that might be how you think. And the erhu is going to be that sort of instrument for the Far East. So it's giving the feel of that it is an ancient time. It's a forgotten time, but still obviously very relevant, and it's a really, really unique sound you get from that instrument, and I really like it. I really like it. But now we move into a more traditional, or not traditional, more modern, I suppose, in comparison to strings. And what's driving the song, and if you listen to the drums, it's almost like galloping. It's kind of got like a galloping rhythm going on, which is really interesting. And you kind of had the underneath, you had the like the more mechanical, industrial kind of the hums and the hisses underneath it, giving like there's something kind of big and huge moving along with everything. It's very interesting. And you kind of, I mean, everything comes into this climax in the song, and you can hear lots of like, I think it was a piano just going across the keys underneath it. Big, loud horns. Horns is, particularly in this form, I think, very, as I said at the start, heroic. This is a hero taking on a quest and kind of conquering the quest. That's kind of what I get from that, and also it's huge, and it kind of supports a large set piece that we'd probably visually be seeing whilst playing the game or watching a trailer or something like that. But anyway. Hold on a second, I think. Right. Interesting. Let's play this whole thing. Oops. Right, before we go into the next bit. Really interesting how we go back into the start. It's so many times where we've done these videos, the song has ended how it began, and this is the same sort of thing, kind of, because it's not quite finished. So we get that kind of the voices kind of cut into each other, but then it kind of goes into this really ominous, like building horns. There's something ominous on the horizon, a villain of some sort. Ganon, I assume. That there is, like, it's not all just this brave hero. There is, in this world, there is some evil in there, and it's there to remind us. And now let's listen to the last bit. Oh yes, and also there was a ding of a bell, which kind of suggested to me that this time is running out. That's the suggestion for me. Time is running out. Beautiful. And how poignant is that to end using the Erhu, the instrument, to play Zelda's Lullaby. In a really kind of drawn out and slow way. Like, it reminds us that this story is all about Zelda, realistically. I mean, it wouldn't, Link would not go on this journey if it wasn't for Zelda. But it's also really ominous. So it's like, well, what's happened to her? Obviously, if you're not a Zelda fan, you wouldn't know that. But I think most people would recognize what that is, where that's from, and that is a representation of her. And it's to kind of pull us back to remember her, but it kind of suggests to us that something has gone wrong. And isn't that not a way to entice us as people? As I haven't played the game yet, I'm sure many of you have. I'm happy for you. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I've played it. Yeah, I should have actually. It's there to entice us to find out, like, why has it done that? What's happened to her? Well, I got to play the game. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, I really enjoyed that soundtrack. I mean, I really enjoyed most things we listen to on this channel, but there's a lot in there that just give us little hints about what could be in the game. Excellent. Okay, so let me know what you thought of this. I just realised there's this video here. It's 7 hours long. Can you imagine? I did a 7-hour reaction. Not gonna happen. I don't think anyone wants to see that. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the song in the comments below. And let me know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. What does it give you? What does the song make you feel? What is it from your interpretation? I'd be really interested to hear what you have to say. And also, please put in the suggestions in the comments below as well, and I'll make sure we get around to them. Also, if you enjoyed this, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel as well, so you can watch all of these videos as they come out. And I think there's nothing left to say, so thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.